Hello, this is another update on how my tobacco plants are doing. It's approximately 17 to 18 weeks since I've last sown my seeds, and as you can see, in comparison to my last update, my plants have grown quite substantially. And also another change is that I've transplanted from these, some plants. I've transplanted some plants from these small nursery pots, which aren't nearly large enough to grow tobacco, which I said in my last video, to these larger pots, which are 15-gallon pots. I've measured them. There are 50 liters, so I think that's 15 gallons in American measurement system, right? Had these laying around my house, fortunately, because I thought about growing them in grow bags, but then I just looked around my house and I saw these giant 50-liter pots, and I thought, wow, that's quite convenient. Just gonna put them in there. Had to spend like 50 euros on potting soil, which it isn't too bad, and I think they are doing quite well. We have some nice leaf development, very nice big leaves, and I've also been fortunate. I'm gonna turn around the camera off. Also been fortunate that because I'm growing these in Belgium in Western Europe, we don't really have any like insects like tobacco hornworm or snails. Yeah, we do have snails, but I don't have snails where I live. Or I do have snails, but they don't eat my tobacco plants for some reason, which is quite nice. Because I saw some other Canadian or American guy, and he said he had a lot of snails eating up the tobacco leaves, which can get quite annoying, really. But I don't need to spray pesticides on my plants, which is it's pretty nice, really. So no pesticides needed here. No tobacco hornworm, because I read on the forums, and there's like a whole segment on spraying pesticides on tobacco plants, which they normally do in America, where they grow these tobacco plants. Kentucky, I think. The States, Virginia, probably, where they grow tobacco, right? They're doing quite well. Also, what I've noticed, because they're maturing quite nicely, is that I'm gonna put those leaves away right here. As you can see, they are growing those seed pods, so I think they're going to flower. They are going to flower anytime soon, so I need to rip off those seed pods, which is called topping off your plants, ripping off the seed pods, so all the energy of the plant goes to growing big leaves, because that's what you want, right? You want to have the biggest leaves you possibly can get. So no idea how tall these plants are gonna grow, because they're already growing those seed pods, and I don't know. I've read online that you need to you need to top your plants multiple times, and they still keep on growing. But it's the 14th of August right now, so quite late. Normally you need to harvest your tobacco plants like in late August, I think. So I've measured my plants, and they're around, I think this one is easily 70 centimeters, but they can get like 2 meters tall, like 10 feet or something. So don't know if they're gonna keep on growing when they're ready for harvest. You can see when they are ready for harvest that those leaves, like this one, they are starting. This one isn't ready for harvest, but when they're ready for harvest, they're going to get yellow and they're going to droop, and then you can just easily pick them off. But these plants here aren't nearly ready for harvest, so gonna keep you updated. Probably next update is when I'm going to harvest those leaves. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next update. Cheers, thanks for watching.